Guys, Johnny Len outdoors here, heading back into the state forest. This is one of the state forests where I've got a deer before, so it's looking pretty optimistic at this stage. Heading in with my mate Jayke. It's his first time in a state forest, so he's pretty excited. What do you reckon?
Yeah, mate, real keen. The weather's optimal at the moment. Not too wet, not too dry. Yeah, it should be a good trip. Keen to get a deer.
Yeah, that's our main focus. We know that there's goats in this forest, but our main priority is just getting another deer down. That'd be great. Stay tuned. Alright, so we're back at camp. We got into the forest about 5 o'clock today. We still had plenty of sunlight left, so we set up camp and we went for a quick stalk, which you would have seen the footage before, but didn't see much at all, didn't hear anything really, didn't see much either. But yeah, for one of your first times in a state forest, what did you think of it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Look, there wasn't much deer sign, however, it's still looking promising.
Yeah.
I think it just wasn't the ideal time, to be honest, but yeah.
I guess only time will tell. We've got another couple of days here, so it's only just the start. Yeah, we're happy with how camp's set up. I'm in the swag tonight, the King's Big Daddy Deluxe, just the double swag. Runs pretty well for me. It keeps me nice and warm. I got no issues with it. And what are you in tonight, Jayke?
I'm in the back of the Jeep with a mattress.
Yeah, nice.
And a little tent that goes over the boot. Gives me a little bit of extra leg room. Yeah, and that keeps me warm at night.
Yeah, nice. What do you got there, Jayke? Is it some food?
It's a beef katsu curry.
Oh, nice.
Courtesy of yourself.
Oh, honest thoughts? What do you reckon?
About an 8 out of 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a bit tricky. We had the I reckon. What do you reckon? About a can and a half of gas to to cook it through.
Yeah. We got there in the end.
Got there in the end. We've got the solid fuel fire ban, so we can't put anything on the coals, unfortunately. But looking forward to when that gets taken away. Just adds a bit of atmosphere to the camp when you can have a fire. Beautiful night though. Touch wood. There's no rain. Nice clear summer night. You can see plenty of stars, but I'm not sure if the GoPro will pick them up. Anyway, that's a cap for day one. Hopefully better things to come on day two. So this was just the start of day two. We woke up, I think it was about 5 o'clock. Sunrise was at 5:30. So by the time we were awake, we headed out. As you can see, the sun's just starting to light up the sky through the pines. So we got into it pretty early, day two. Just started day two with walking down some game trails we found. We ended up into some clearings which I already knew where the clearings were, because like I said before, I've hunted this particular system before. So I went back to some of the same clearings where I saw deer the first time I came down here. I started to get pretty concerned. I really didn't see any sign. I didn't see any deer, and it was about 7:30 in the morning by this stage, and I thought, given the fact that we started so early and we were out there in some of the spots where I saw deer before, I thought we were in with a really good chance, but we just didn't see anything. Saw no animals, no sign. So I personally was starting to lose a bit of faith that we were going to bring something home this trip. But as this video will go on to show, it's no use losing faith that you're not going to bring anything home until you're packing up your gear and you're heading out. So yeah, like I said, we didn't see anything earlier on in day two. We went for a stalk, probably in excess of 4 hours. We got up at 5 and we headed back to the camp at 9. I actually booked 2 forest systems that border each other. So I thought there'd be no harm lost in going and exploring that second system. So after our morning stalk on the start of day 2, headed back to camp. Got back to camp at about 9 o'clock. Had some brekkie or some brunch, whatever you want to call it, and packed up the car and headed into another forest system. So as we got into the second forest system that I booked, we didn't really have a plan of attack. We were just using the Avenza maps and the DPI hunting maps to kind of scout around the area. We got in there at about 10:30. Like I said, no plan of attack, but we picked a trail, started walking down, and then this happened.
I don't want to spook it too much, just in case it gets up and run. I did see it drop. Yeah, okay. I've got one in the chamber ready to go. Oh, it's big. I think it's done. It's just kicking the nerves. Oh, it's a nice one. Whew. Nah, it's done. A little spiker again. A little spiker in velvet. Wow. Heart lung shot, bright red blood. Wow. So the deer.
So there you go, got the job done again on another fallow. Similar fallow, almost identical to the one I got previously in the same system. This one is a little bit bigger. It's no massive deer by any means, but nonetheless a really handy sized deer to get some nice meat off it for the freezer. Managed to forget all of my processing gear again, so I had to go back to camp, drive it back to the area I got the deer, and start processing it on a tarp, which I rolled down on the ground. So here I am, just getting the skin off the body of the deer. I actually managed to get a good hide tan out of this skin. That'll be in another video that I'll be releasing shortly. I go through the process I used of tanning the hide, which this one turned out a lot better than the first one. So yeah, I'm just knocking the skin off here, and then I get into processing the meat into the major cuts. So here's what the hide looks like just after I've taken it off. Here's one of the back hams that came off the deer. Bit dirty, but it cleaned up pretty good. Just one of the back straps that was taken. Still got the silver skin on, but that was removed before cooking. And here's some of the back strap that was just portioned out. So there you go, you can see we've got some really high quality meat that was taken from that fallow. Plenty of meat for both me and my mate Jake to continue on. I've actually got some of the meat sitting in my freezer now, waiting to be turned into jerky. So that'll be in another video coming up. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.